Stinks like something's burning. Oh, dearie, dearie, dearie me. Oh my fucking god. Okay. Dearie me. Oh, I'm so fucking tired and I haven't even started my 12-hour shift yet. It's gonna be a long fucking night. Eesh. Fucking Jesus Christ. Right, I'm having it. Yeah, people are shit. I don't know how aware my American friends are of what's been going on over here in the U of K. My UK friends will know all too fucking well what's going on. The great fuel shortages of 2021, or the great conspiracies about fuel shortages of 2021, where everyone from the truck drivers to the panic buyers are being blamed. Now, to some degree, I do blame panic buyers. They're a bunch of assholes. But fuck them. Who cares? I haven't been out on the bike much for two reasons. Number one, the chain is at the end of its adjustment, which means it needs replacing. Chain and sprockets. Hopefully this week coming. The other thing was fuel, as previously mentioned. This being a 2000 ER500, it requires premium petrol now, E5 to be precise, not E10. My apologies, that's probably windy as shit. Yeah, so it requires E10. Sorry, that was a bit of a moment for me. My brain turned off. It requires E5 premium petrol. E10 is not compatible with this bike. I'd probably need to get loads of new rubbers every couple of, well, at least every year sort of thing, because E10 would eat through the old types. Great fun. So every time I went to the pumps there was none, and there's only certain garages nowadays that are doing E5 because most of them have started to push for E10 to become the predominant fuel, which, whether you believe conspiracy theories or not, is the government's way of trying to phase out older petrol vehicles to match their the protocol of getting in newer vehicles, more hybrids, until they eventually phase out petrol altogether. It sounds conspiracy theorist, but it's no better than the truth, to be honest. So, you know, the fact is they are phasing the stuff out. It's becoming less and less available, and as my bike needs the stuff, it's becoming more and more of a fucking ball ache to me. Hopefully that was the last of the issue. I could now get some on a regular basis again, but who knows? The world's going fucking mad at the moment with random shit like that. I mean, there's all sorts of conspiracy theories. Is that the stuff's available. They've got like tankers and tankers of the stuff just sitting, and they had to get rid of it quick because it was the lockdown caused a rut in the market, and they realised if they didn't sell it fairly soon, the stuff would start to go off. You know, it wouldn't be usable as fuel, and it'd have to be paid to be destroyed. That's one of the conspiracy theories. The other one is that, like you say, they're phasing it out, so loads of people are like, oh my god, and they're just buying it all. Another conspiracy is that the government are trying to segregate the classes again, e.g. the poor people won't be allowed transport because they won't be able to afford it, basically. I can't afford an electric car or bike, and the bikes I can afford that are electric, they've got nowhere near a top speed that would make my life viable, and nowhere near the range either. But again, it's all conspiracy theories. We do love a good theory. So yeah, I haven't been out much on the bike because of those two reasons, the fuel shortages and the chain and sprocket bit. But like I say, I'm hoping to get that done on my days off this week, he says. Big hope, big fucking hope. Yeah, it's just a shit show, really. It really did kind of just, like, I did what you're supposed to do when this sort of shit happens. You just stay away from the pumps, let the emergency services have their share, and crack on with your day, sort of thing. But everyone else went fucking nuts and started buying up all the fuel. So then when I did need some, there wasn't any. I ran my diesel Passat nearly out of fuel, waiting, trying to get some, and then all the garages were shut on the days I went. And again, I was using the car because the bike had already run out by that point. I'd run the bike over the reserve, and that's something I don't normally do. I watch my trip and my fuel gauge, and it was basically sitting on the bottom pin, and I was like, uh-oh, big spaghettios. But yeah, it was getting a bit like, uh-oh, I've got to start thinking about other ways of getting to work at this rate, because if I run the car out of diesel altogether, that'll be putting it into a garage when I do get some. And without the bike as well, it's really starting to get a bit hefty, but I've managed to get fuel for both. And everything seems like it's going back to normal now. It's just all a bit silly, really. But now it's that time of the evening where I go to work and I spend the next 12 hours pretending to care. I think a lot of what's going on in the world is just lockdown fatigue. A lot of people, a lot of businesses, and just everyone in general has just gone, oh fuck this COVID-19 bollocks. They've just had enough. So a lot of people's attitudes just have changed dramatically in the work environment, professional environments, and just the environment in general. I know mine did. I got fed up with everything. I was just like, oh fuck it, piss it up the wall, who cares? And as of today, speaking about changes, this road is now, actually, you can actually get a fine on this road for doing more than 50 from this point onwards, under this bridge where the sign says 50. You go, it's an average, so you can go faster than 50, but if you get caught doing it, you can receive fines now. All part of Wales's initiative to cut down pollution and accidents. So instead of a group of cars passing through this area at 70 miles an hour, they now have to pass through at 50, and then everyone gets stuck in traffic because there's always some dickhead at the front who came roaring into this section, still doing 70 until about maybe here or just beyond the Blue Bridge, and then they stamp on their fucking anchors because they remember that if they make it to the next yellow pole, which is just after this bridge, they're going to be in Fine City. So they start fucking slamming on their brakes, slowing traffic down, and then it cascades back, and then I'm in the car trying to get to work, and I'm stuck in a queue that's, you know, a mile and a half fucking long, all because some people can't moderate their speed. Not that I'm ranting. Just boils me piss. And then there's the old traditional bottleneck, 3 lanes with 2 merging, 5 lanes to 2 to cross the bridge. Fucking great fun. That was never going to cause issues, was it? Looks like it's about to absolutely piss down as well. That's fun. And at some points I've got to find my way over into the other lane now. But I've got all these assholes all clumped up, not leaving gaps. Yeah. Oh God. Traffic's just a fucking nightmare these days. Oh, don't mind if I fucking do. You asshole. Go on in. Go on. Look forward, buddy. Look forward, buddy. Eesh. Traffic is fucking abysmal. Of course I'm gonna leave. Sewage. Lovely. I suppose the only benefit of traffic is you can't be caught fucking speeding unless you're filtering, which I often do. Let's go. Whee! Did I pick up my ID? Yes. He says with no confidence whatsoever as always. Don't know what it is these days. I am absolutely fucking forgetful. Cannot remember anything ever, especially if it's important. I'll definitely forget it. Never mind though. Life is too short to worry. Yeah, that made sense. Fucking Jesus. Those 12 hours really kicked my little ass.